Okay. Alright. On this stream, we're going to be using AI to make art. So, with all these art makers that we're going to use today, you got to put a prompt in. So you put a phrase in, or some words or something, tell it what to make. They all do that, all the ones we're going to use today. So, this is NightCafe, and here's how you do it on there. So you can just think of something randomly if you want and just put it in there, or you can get like a list of things that you've already made, and you can get the AI to make more ideas for you. So we're going to do that, kind of show how that works. So in order to explain that, we need to know how eleuther.ai works. It's a text generation AI. It can pretty much try to continue whatever you're writing. So it's really good at lists. Here's the list of what we're doing right now. Put that in. See what happens. So it continued from here. So yeah, it's just kind of repeating itself here. And in order to prevent that, you adjust this top P if it's repeating itself like that. Put that up, and same with temperature. It's a really fine adjustment. Don't adjust it too much. So yeah, this time it generated more stuff. It didn't repeat itself this time. Yeah, pretty neat. Kind of worked. And then it changed subject here to like an end page sort of thing. It's like I'm done. Copyrighted, random name, random time. So anyways, we're going to use this to make up new ideas. So I've made a ton of stuff. These are the ones I like the most. So I'm just gonna get a list of the files in this folder. So this is probably different on your computer, but it doesn't really matter how you get the list. You just get a list of stuff and just pop it in there. And I think those settings, that might be too high. Because we have .jpeg, it helps the AI know that we're making pictures here. So it doesn't need as much top P. So here are some old ideas that I liked, and we're telling it to make new ones. That might be cool. So we'll pop that into ru-dalle-e. It's like the Russian version of Looking Glass. Well, Looking Glass is actually similar to this. They work on the same system, if I understand correctly. So we put that in there. 2 minutes for that one. So here's NightCafe. Same thing. Let's put something different in though. It repeated itself here. So I guess I could have put the top P up a bit more. But anyways. This could be cool. I'll put that in there. And we're going to do this one. we'll do that one next. And, we're just going to do I thought there was way more settings here. It's weird. Maybe they changed the site. So that's going to make we'll make another one. We have 5 credits. You get 5 a day on this website. This could be cool too, so we'll put that in there. But we're going to use this one, beta. I don't know. Last time I used it, it wasn't so great, but we'll try it. That's almost done. So ru-dalle-e made the sapphire lady. And it's not so great, but it uses a start image, so it obviously found an image of a woman and drew over that. So that's what we're seeing there. I think this would have been cooler if we put like this one in here. This one should be done now. Okay, so the spheres of the galaxy. Just make it public. So if you have 50 followers on Twitter, you can share it and you get 3 credits, and you just keep doing that over and over to basically have infinite credits. You just need 50 followers, which is not that hard to do really. So that's cool. The starry pathways. Okay, that's not done yet. So let's make more. Tell it to continue. So that lower button tells it to just keep going. Continue on what it, like re-input what it created back into it. Or if you want to change, usually I randomize these, so I'll show you how I do that. It helps it a little bit, make it more random stuff, because it's trying to continue like the alphabet there. So we'll go to this website, random.org/list. We'll randomize our list. So copy that. Alright, so now it's not in alphabetical order of any kind, so it'll help it make more new stuff. You can put temperature up a lot. If you put temperature up too much, it starts sounding crazy, like a crazy person talking or something. So I think 1 is pretty good. This is like the subject matter, like is it going to stay on topic, or is it going to like end the topic and be like copyright random person's name. If you put it too low, it just repeats itself over and over. If you put it too high, it changes the subject too much. So yeah, these are a lot cooler now that it's been randomized. It's helping it, come up with new ideas. That's pretty cool. So let's see. Yeah. So this thing drew this, which is pretty cool. I like how it does space stuff. So we're going to save that to the desktop today, just to make it easier. So that's. Do I want the S? Yeah, I guess I'll grab that S. Okay, so this is done. This was the beta one, the clip one, and that's actually really cool. That's cool. We're going to download that because Later we're going to do style transfer, and this would be cool to use for a style. So, I didn't copy the name. I should have copied the name, but whatever. Just type it. Desktop. We're just doing desktop today. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that a lot. Let's try another one with the beta. I've kind of like gotten the same output from it like a bajillion times, so that's why I'm not using it. I'm kind of bored of it. So I'm going for more like unique things I haven't really tried out before. That could be really neat. So let's try this. Let's use this notebook. So this is a Colab notebook. You need to have a Google account. You need to. I should be signed in already. Oh, that's not good. So you need a Google account. You would sign in. You get the link, and I don't know. I like to make a copy. That's not good. Anyway. We'll open that in Firefox because it's not working in Brave, but that's fine. Firefox is just like a little bit slower for me. So we're doing that. Let's see if we can. I gotta sign in, so that might be why it didn't work. Oh, well, that was easy. Let's put that prompt that we just made. It's kind of similar to the default one. So here's how you do it. You open up the notebook. You log in. I like to make a copy. It's not that important. You can change that, but you don't. That's probably the best one. So just leave it. So that's where you put your prompt in, your idea. Sure. We're making a tiny little picture here, like a thumbnail size picture. I like to lower this a bunch because I like to animate them, and it's way better if you get like a bunch of frames. Initial image. Not sure what to put in there. A phrase or like a link. Probably a phrase, but we're just going to leave it blank because I don't think it needs that. We'll see. If it does need it, it will tell us. I haven't used this. This has been updated since I used it last, so that's why I'm like not completely familiar with it, but it should work. So are we connected? Yeah. And you look down here, and here's how you can tell it's actually running. It's doing stuff. And it probably needs us to... Sometimes it wants us to like authorize that we're a real user, and it wants like a code from our Google thing. It's no big deal, but it just doesn't run until that happens, so we'll just wait. And while we're waiting, we put this prompt into ru-dalle-e. And it's pretty neat. That would be a good style transfer too. So we're going to save this. Okay, we'll put this into ru-dalle-e. That's going. So it's installing all the Python stuff it needs to run. If you have a paid account, it's probably like a whole lot faster. This was the one that wasn't working, so I'm going to close that. So that's what it drew for. I don't know. That's kind of whack. but whatever. It kind of did more of like a less of a soul plane and more of just a regular city, but whatever, it's fine. So we have 3 credits left. We'll save some of those for the style transfers. Okay, so it's downloading the model for it to draw with. And that one also kind of failed too. I mean, it's kind of neat, but it's like, weirdly, it's similar to the other one. Here's a look. Try this one. I like to just make a bunch. Since ru-dalle-e is free, you can just make as many as you want. You can just go and grow, and it doesn't matter. There's no limit. That's almost done. It's not that, it doesn't take that long. So once it's done that, it's pretty much ready to start going. There's our input there. Random seed. Here's the model we're using. You don't need to know about that really. You just gotta be patient. So there's our start image. We didn't put anything to start with, so kind of like in NightCafe, I just drew some blobs, some light spots, some dark spots. So it's going to draw this, exploring a soul plane city on top of this. Okay, that's kind of neat, I guess. I think that's screen safe. I wonder what the starting image for that was. And sometimes with this thing you get iStock watermarks in your resulting image because some of those got into like the starting pool. So we have a bit of time to wait. This is starting to draw. We're going to zoom in. Oh, laggy. It's starting to draw our picture over top of these dots. So I told it to display every 14 frames. You could tell it to show every frame if you wanted, but I don't know. I like 14 or 7, or you can just put it to like 300 and just wait for it to be done, because by about iteration 300, like 200 to 300, it's pretty much done drawing the picture. It just like refines it, maybe changes the colors and like sharpens the lines a bit, which is cool. So this has like a vaporwave vibe. It's got like the city down here and just like crazy sky, I guess. We're gonna see what it draws. We're going to give it some time, so we're going to give it like 140 frames at least. We generated even more ideas. Song's kind of crazy, I don't know. Sorry. That could be cool. Actually, this might just give us like a bunch of text, which it does sometimes. It's like, oh well, here, figure out this AI nonsense text. This one's getting pretty neat. So we're going to do a style transfer. Let's find a picture. I do like this picture. I made this with looking glass. Face is kind of weird, but I mean, the rest of it's pretty neat. So we're gonna, oh geez, I hope we can upload a style. changed from Firefox to Brave. A lot of things are like, all the cookies are gone. Okay, so I guess I could just use desktop myself. You can't drag from the desktop. So. We're going to style transfer with the starry pathways one that we made. That was pretty neat. So we're going to take this picture and apply this style to it. And we're just going to do low res so we can show a lot of examples, but usually I like to just go 5 credits each time. So it's going to do that. That actually turned out pretty cool. I thought it would just give me a bunch of text, but that's pretty sweet actually. So the downside to this notebook is you probably want to run it to 140 to really get the picture to develop. So you can look at each frame here from the start. So that was frame 42, or no, that was 28. This is 42 down here. The style's cool on this one. Very early drawing of it. That's another plus side to showing like a lot of frames, is you can kind of be like, sometimes you'll get something at the start that's really neat, something really cool, and you want to use that. And you can make these way bigger. It's a lot slower, so we're not going to do that on stream because it would take forever. It's already taking like a really long time. I think this is done. Yeah, this is done. Yeah, that turned out really good. So, this picture plus this style resulted in that. The face is still weird. You could fix that in GIMP, and maybe we will. Go down with this. We have one more credit. We might as well do another style transfer. Same picture to show like, oh, not this song again. Alright, next song. That song is super cringe, so we're gonna skip that. And yeah, we made this one with the ru-dalle-e. I think that would be a good style. Very neat colors to this. A little bit spacey, a little bit colorful. Oh, there's the advanced options. So yeah, we're gonna run that. That's our last credit. We can get infinite credits if we want to spam Twitter. And the funny thing is, you can make a tweet on Twitter to get the free credits, and you can delete the tweet like right away. So nobody actually has to see the tweet. You can just get like as many credits as you want. Which is kind of like, I don't know. Maybe that's greasy, but whatever, it works. So let's see, is this saving to here? I don't think it's saving here. Oh, it could be here. Yeah, there it is. Ooh, all the steps are here. Okay. Can you select them all and just download them, or just download the whole folder? Let's try. No. Can you stall? Can't shift select. I thought I just did that. Okay, well that's fine. So, okay, I'm gonna zoom out again. Okay, so we get a good idea of what happened here. So this was what, Soul Plain City or something like that? I think it's pretty much done. Exploring a Soul Plain City. So there's probably the exploring part, that's like the craft, that's exploring. And the Soul Plain City, it's kind of, gravity doesn't seem to be affecting the way the city is laid out. There's the explorer. Kind of like a, looks like a jet airplane, sort of. And the city is all kind of trippy looking. Alright, we're pretty much done with this. We're going to go like this, just so it stops running, because we don't really need to run it anymore for this picture. Sometimes you might want to go further, but oh, it's making a video. Okay. Well, that's even better. Does it download to here? How long could that take? We need to press that. Uh-oh. I broke it. Oh. Why won't it run? That's not going to work. So that's pretty cool. We'll watch it. So that's a pretty long video actually. So I'm just going to grab a few frames from this. So I kind of like making these animated ones, but I like to do it in a different way for most people. So here's Soul Plain City as a folder. So we're going to call this our first frame. Let's save like 6 or 7 frames. That's pretty good there. So we're going to take these frames that we saved. I mean, you don't have to do it this way. It's just how I like to do it. I hope this uploads them in the right order, but it actually doesn't matter. As long as they're sequential, yeah, that's the right order. So we'll speed it up a bit. Kind of gives a cool effect. And so it's choppy though at the end and the start. So we're just going to go here. Magic wand. I really like this website, EasyGIF. It just works really good and it's free. And I asked them to add dark mode and they did. So I'll always use them. That looks way cooler. It's a lot bigger of a file. You can compress it if you want. Like if you're going to upload this somewhere where that matters a lot, you're going to want to compress it. Or you're going to want to change it to, you can convert it to an MP4. GIF to video or something. Alright, we saved that. That's pretty cool. So it takes a lot longer to make one of these. We're still connected. I'm not going to make another one. Well, maybe I will, actually. We're still connected to the runtime. So you only get a certain amount of time per day on a free account, and actually with every kind of account you only get a certain amount of time, but with the better accounts you get like a lot of time, and it's way faster, so you don't need as much time. So we're going to grab another idea. This looks pretty cool. Perpetual vortex of mystery. So we're going to put that in here. So in order to do a second run, it's different than the first time. First time you hit run all, but the second time you go down here to restart and run all. So that goes back here. Well, I guess it goes right back to the start, but it doesn't need to download everything again. It's already downloaded. If you disconnect from the session, you will have to re-download this stuff. There is a way to save the stuff you download, and then you can upload it to this little sidebar here. But we're not going to figure that out right now. Maybe in like a future video we'll do that, because that's like pretty advanced. It saves a bit of time. It saves like a couple minutes, like maybe 5 minutes at the start, when it needs to do all this like downloading stuff. I think that's the whole idea there. So we got this. We can tell it's still running if we look here. That looks good, especially if it's counting up and then it starts like switching what it's doing. That's how you know like it's doing a lot of stuff right now. Here's our input. So maybe this is the file that you download and then you upload it so you can save time. I don't know, we'll figure it out next time. So there's the start image we used this time. We probably should have tried to put a start image in, but we'll do that next time. This is already taking a long time to do. So there's the other style transfer. So there's our first style transfer. And there's our second one. She kind of looks like an orange Cheeto dust, but I really like the background to this one. So I don't know, other than the orange, it's pretty good. So we're gonna download this to the desktop. And what's going on here? This one got popular. Wow, 5 likes, if you want to call that popular. We're gonna make this one public too. I think it's cool other than the orange skin, but we're gonna fix that later. I'll show you how to do that. So that's not even a big deal. What's important is that the background's cool, and I mean, she's got like this weird webbed hand thing going, but we could fix that too. This is really easy to fix, like the discoloration here. I'll show you what to do. It's like super easy. So we downloaded that. This thing is doing. Okay, I think I showed this enough. We'll do one more, just like refresh everyone's memory. It's super simple. We're just gonna grab that sounds cool. Sometimes you can't read the J or the I because of the way it draws over it. Sometimes you can't tell. But we got lucky this time. Every time it worked. So, perpetual vortex of mystery. You can see how it's already kind of making a vortex kind of image. This one is kind of the same as the second one from last time. That's iteration 14. But then once we're here, it's like way different. Last time we had like an airplane coming in, we had city. This time it's just like a vortex growing. And I bet this one's going to be cool, especially when we animate it. So yeah, we're going to let that run for a little bit. That's going. We're going to use that later. So let's get gimp. Okay, we're going to close this. So this is the one we want to fix. Yeah, we'll tell it to convert and do whatever it wants to. So that face. What we're going to do is we're going to find the original and we're going to open it as a layer. So let's see if I can find where I had this. There it is. Oh, it's a different size. So we'll see how big is the canvas here. 632. We'll just resize this layer. Scale layer. Okay, that works. So there's no point in this open. We're going to add alpha channel. So what we want, super easy to fix it. We're just going to get the parts of the previous image we want to show through. And we're going to take an eraser, not that big, much smaller. So we're going to turn the opacity way down. I'm just going to kind of get rid of that orange. And that worked surprisingly easily. It's not perfect. You can spend a lot more time doing it perfectly if you like to. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. And then kind of cool, kind of weird. I don't know. Should I get the old iron? Yeah, sure. Why not? So obviously there's some issues with the starting image here, with this frog hand or whatever. So that kind of fixes that. Let's do another run over this, just to kind of clean it up even more. Face is kind of whack on this person, but looking glass, that's pretty much as good as you can get. Merge down. I don't know. This is kind of whack. Yeah, it's better. And then, oh, this is just a disaster over here. I know what to do with this. You're probably going to want to use something on this sponge. I don't know. Okay, I could spend like a lot of time fixing this hand. That's the hardest thing to do, is like a hand or a face. But this is like way better than it was before. This eye is still whacked off. Sometimes you can fix an eye real easy. Sometimes it doesn't work, but I'm just gonna make this a bit bigger. So, goes here. Yeah, that's better. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was before. So I'll overwrite that. And we're going to call that our finished image. It's pretty cool. I like the background a lot. So where were we here? Okay. So that's really neat. This is our vortex of mystery, perpetual vortex of mystery. So it's got like perpetual motion ideas going on here, it seems like. So we can get a little bit more in. It's kind of the idea I get from these kind of metallic, brass looking spinny bits. Kind of gives me like a machine vibe. So we're going to save some of these. We're going to keep it running because we can make a few more frames. Not this one. Yeah, we'll get this one. We can always get rid of it later. Perpetual whirlpool vortex of mystery. Okay, that'll be our first picture. It was this one. Let's actually make this one the first one. Alright. This one can be the second one instead. Because in Easy GIF, you can easily drop a frame. So you might as well just save them all if you're not really worried about the time. This is pretty neat. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, that's pretty much good. 9 frames is plenty. It's kind of hard to tell when it's making new ones because it's kind of like jumping around a little bit here. Which just kind of does that on its own. So, interrupted execution. We did it. Oh, right. Once we tell it to interrupt, it's like, okay, now we're going to make the video. So let's let it do that. Okay, that's trash. A lot of the time, ru-dalle-e when you say star, it has to translate from English to Russian and then back to English again. So star becomes like a rock star instead of star in the sky sort of thing. So there's kind of like miscommunication errors going on there, which is fine. You just have to get like a feel for, like if you put spirit, it thinks you're talking about liquor instead of a person's soul. So, excuse me, you gotta put soul instead of spirit. It's picked up on that because I have soul in all these instead of spirit. So that could have been caused with spirit encryption, but I put soul in every time, so it picked up on that and put soul back out, which is useful. You can always change it, so it's easy. That was cool. I guess I just let that go. Last time I pressed that and it broke it. So I'm not going to press that. We're going to use this again. Gift maker. Choose files. So this shell is pretty good. It's just got these files here ready to go. We got our frames here. We're going to put that to 17. I just find that looks the best for whatever reason. And that's kind of our animation here. There we go, effects. Run to the end and back to the start. Leave that. And that's our picture here. So it's like a megabyte, so that's pretty big. Okay, so we made two pictures with the animated, we made two animated pictures, and that's still doing this. Like, it already showed me it here. Why does it need to do this? I don't understand. Why can't I just download this thing? I can see it. Anyways, that's fine. So you can kind of tell it used a starting image of a woman, probably from like a hair ad or something, or whatever. But I don't like that one that very much because I don't want to be bothered to fix it. There's so much wrong. Okay, just a couple more and then we'll finish the stream. Let's get some new ideas here. So, I don't really care about this video. I mean, okay, it says download it by executing. Let's see if it shows up here. No, it's not in there. So, runs up. Oh, it's already running this cell. So, do I show code? So that doesn't matter, I guess. Oh, there it is. Okay, I see. I should have copied this phrase here. Save myself from typing it out each time. But I'm also copying and pasting a bunch of other things, so it makes it harder. Ritual of the whatever works pretty good, so. I've gotten a lot of good ones with Ritual of the, like, I don't know, Cosmic Dove, that might not be a great one, but Ritual of, like, something metal or, like, creepy, you get some cool outputs. It's really good at making creepy stuff. And, like, I find this program, ru-dalle-e, is really good for like space images. For some reason it just does a good job for those. And we'll show you some things later on how to improve your ru-dalle-e images really well and easily, but that's for a future video. Let's see, what else did we make today? We made that picture, butt picture. So we made this space picture, that was pretty cool. I like to kind of take the warp transform to it. Just kind of turn this down a little bit. Just kind of get like more of a eye-catching effect when you stretch things out. And because I know it looks a little bit ugly, we stretched the texture a bit too much. We're going to fix that in a future video. So it doesn't even matter that it got smushed around and smeared a bit. So spheres of the galaxy, let's try to make this look more like a sphere, I guess. Kind of looks like a boo from Mario, like a ghost. So we're just gonna warp this around a bit until we're happy with it. It's more of a sphere. It's more of a sphere now. We're not gonna spend all day on this. That looks like a sphere now. It's only one, so whatever. Overwrite it. Okay, that's kind of trash. I kind of thought that dove might, because the way it chooses a starting image, it might just choose one based on a dove. Okay, this is the last one we'll run. So, yeah, we've done everything on the list now. Hopefully I explained the Colab thing good enough. So we did that. So when you're done, you really want to make sure that you go here, you go sessions, and you terminate it. So we used a bit today. You get, I don't even know exactly how much you get. I think we used like maybe half, or no, not even. We probably used a tiny bit of what we get per day. So we're going to terminate that. If you leave it running, it's not happy about it. You're not supposed to leave it running because you're connected to one of their GPUs in their server farm, so you really gotta disconnect, otherwise you might get timed out for like a day. And you'll hit your limit if you run it for like 6 hours. You'll hit a limit, and then you gotta wait like a couple days or something to come back. So that's Colab Notebooks. They're simpler than you might think. Basically, the first time you want to run it, run all. You can do that. And then the second time, after you do a run, you want to do it again, restart and run all. Something goes wrong, you can do factory reset. And if you want to save all your settings that you changed, you save a copy in your drive. And this is good because, I don't know, they might update the other one and then all of a sudden everything you've done is different. Which is kind of what happened to me. I was using an older version, so that's why I was kind of like confused at the start. So there's our settings. You can change this to like whatever you want. Yeah. A lot of people will just leave that. I think the default was 50. They'll just leave it at 50 and then they'll just wait till it's done, and they'll have it way bigger. They'll have it like 800 by 600 or even bigger, but you need to, I don't know, it takes longer, and or you might actually need to have a paid account because you need to get a better GPU. So with the free account you get like the crappier GPU pretty much every time. You pretty much always get K80 or P4. You'll be real lucky if you get anything like this with a free account. That's your lucky day. So that's that. We're not paying attention. So that was the one that's their copy. What's that? This is our copy now. You really want to bookmark it. Otherwise it'll be so confusing with all the different collabs in your history. Galactic bubbles of light, or bubble of lights. Wow, that's a good phrase for me to say. So yeah, we're done for today. We showed using the AI to think of ideas, using a list of our previous ideas. I didn't really show how to continue a story with this thing, but it's the same thing. You put maybe a couple paragraphs from a story into here, and you probably want top here. Default I think is 0.8. Maybe lower it a bit so it doesn't change subject. Temperature. If you want it to be like real creative, you can put it. Don't put it any higher than this. 120. 120 is like any higher than that, it just starts spitting out like crazy sounding stuff. So I've gone up to like 1.19 and gotten good stuff, but any higher than that, it's like kind of a waste of time. So you'll probably want to go between like 85, 1.1. It's kind of like the operational window. For top P, probably like the lower end is probably like 70, and the high end is like 90. So that's how you use this. It's pretty useful actually. You can use it for anything. Like, it's really good for thinking of names. If you punched in like a bunch of names for like your fantasy universe or something, and tell it to go, it'll come up with like similar sounding names, or like, I don't know, on theme names. Just gotta fiddle with these two things, and that's how that works. We showed ru-dalle-e. This is one of my favorite ones because it's free. You get as many as you want, and it's good at doing certain pictures. Sometimes you'll get a real gem out of this one. And there's a lot of fails, but that's fine. It'll get better in the future. If they got rid of the iStock watermarks, it would be a huge improvement, because like there's no need for that. They just need to curate the starting pool a little bit better. They could train an AI to find the iStock watermark and then discard that picture. It wouldn't be that hard. It's probably like the easiest thing for it to do. We showed the crowson. Catherine Crowson. Yeah. Oh, that's who that is on Twitter. That makes a lot of sense. This guy's really cool too. He came up with the idea. Follow him. Ryan Murdoch and Catherine Crowson. Yeah, these guys are really cool. So follow them on Twitter if you want to. NightCafe. They kind of changed things recently, so I feel like there wasn't as many options to create these ones. But maybe I just was missing it. Anyways, it's cool. You get 5 credits a day. And infinite if you want to spam Twitter or tweet and then delete. And I just really like this website. They're cool on Twitter too. So you can talk to them on Twitter if you want. Alright, that's it. I played this stream safe music for Night Ride. Night Ride's cool. I have a Discord, so come join my Discord. We have a Discord. Our breeder has a Discord. It's a lot of cool Discords. So, come on by. Bye.